Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to the Vampire Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. We are following the reign of Queen Darling Cloudy Snarl, who has recently heard rumours of Zara's declaration against Zuleika as her enemy, and already the court has been thrust into a turmoil never before seen. As Crown Princess, Zara has the responsibility of keeping her peers together and establishing the unity they will need under her reign, but instead, she's busy fostering hatred and making enemies. Lady Shannon's daughter Vampyre has aged up into a child, so we're taking a look at her in Cass. Vampyre has gained the active trait and aspires to be an artistic prodigy. I get the feeling she's someone who has a lot of energy and likes to always be doing something. Maybe this comes from what she's heard from Vladislav about her mother being a woman that never sits still and is always planning. Vampyre seems like someone who'd enjoy dancing as a way of building friendships, but I think it'd be more innocent. I don't feel like she's turned out as scheming as Shannon. She also likes cerebral sims, which tells me that while she's not academic herself, she appreciates intelligence in her peers and sees it as a quality to admire. In terms of appearance, I think she goes more after her mother. I wouldn't say she's a carbon copy, but she's quite pretty. She also has the darkest skin tone of the girls. I thought Nydia would, but apparently not. That aside, I've been thinking a lot about Vampyre's future. Even though I've never liked Shannon's schemes, I feel like her daughter might benefit from the mess between Zara and Zuleika. As much as the mothers push them, a large part of the children's fate are up to themselves and the way they mingle with each other. But that's it for Vampyre. Dame Zuleika has aged up into a teen, so we're taking a look at her in Cass as well. She's developed the foodie trait and aspires to be the chief of mischief. I feel like given her current context, her personality is centered around the comfort and togetherness that food brings. It's something she's seen Caleb do throughout her childhood, and more than that, she sees how the vampires put their differences aside during the hunt to satiate their bloodthirst. And her mischief might be an attempt to lighten the atmosphere and the dark knowledge that she's headed to a literal dead end. Thinking back, I don't believe we've ever addressed why Zara might hate Zuleika so much. We already know that the queen has been quite disappointed with the crown princess growing up, but Zuleika has always been a focused and exceptional child. She was definitely more studious and probably didn't entertain Zara's attempts to bully her. And I can see Zara taking this as a challenge to her birthright and thinking Zuleika is just a stuck-up dame. In terms of appearance, Zuleika looks so much like her mother. I think she has a slightly scruffier, less refined style to her, but it feels quite down to earth. I love how this makes her kind of the opposite to Zara, who seems more put together and lavished in jewelry, and I can definitely see the Crown Princess using this as another reason to look down on her. But that's it for Zuleika. I am so wildly excited to have Zuleika with us in the main court because given the drama that has been happening between her and Zara lately, we need to know what's going on with her relationships. We need an insider scoop into how things are looking for her in terms of connections. So guys, with Zara, if we jump over to her household relationships, we already know that she is enemies with Zara. She has a relationship in the red with Queen Darling, and we know they have bad compatibility. She has an amazing relationship with her mother, which I'm not surprised by. We've seen this since she was very young. Caleb, Shannon, she has a good impression of, and she doesn't have any sort of relationship with Lady Lilith. That aside, if we look at the kids, basically the other youngsters. Again, something that kind of surprised me is the fact that Zuleika actually has a decent relationship with everyone else. She's best friends with Yorick and Nydia. Like, best friends with Yorick and Nydia. And then she is really good friends with Zara, but she has like 100 with Yorick and Nydia. And this is fascinating to me because I feel like when we were talking about marriages a couple episodes back, Akira was kind of tossing up between Prince Zorro and Lord Yorick for her daughter. Her heart was telling her Yorick because, he's Miko's son, but then her head's telling her Prince Zorro because he's a prince. And so I found it very interesting that Yorick is actually Zuleika's, one of her best friends. Even if nothing romantic happened between, an official relationship didn't end up happening between Akira and Miko, it's almost fateful, isn't it, that Zuleika and Yorick ended up becoming best friends without our intervention. We didn't do anything. This was entirely off camera. So that is very interesting. And then she is friends with Nimue, but I feel like at this point Nimue is she's friends with everyone. Nimue's got a good relationship going with everyone. And then with Dame Vampyre, she has a good impression of her, but obviously they haven't spent a lot of time together. Actually, that's not true. That's not true because they all grew up in the female faculty. Okay, well, that aside, apparently hasn't been that bothered with Vampyre. Maybe with Zuleika, I could see her having a good impression of Vampyre, but maybe being a little bit wary of Vampyre because she kind of knows that politically her family, the Dark Pounces, they are kind of rivaling the Bright Paws in court. Not in terms of the counselor position, that has never been a thing, but ever since marriage talks started happening, I feel like the Dark Pounces and the Bright Paws are kind of rivaling each other when it comes to marriage prospects. So Zuleika, as someone who's quite intelligent, would have been, I think, wary of that. So that's basically the scoop. Now, in looking at this, I was remembering how when Zara moved in, her relationship with her mother was in the red. And we made a point about how if a judgment happens on Zara, that red bar that she had with Darling meant that Darling's votes would pretty much go towards Zara's death, if it came to that. And I find it very, very intriguing how Zara has managed to kind of change that around. It's almost as though, in preparing to become enemies with Zuleika, she did some quick calculations in her head and she figured out that she would put herself in a tight spot if she did that and also had bad relations with her mother. So Zara has managed to push her relationship with Queen Darling in the green. And Zuleika's relationship with Darling has gone in the red. So whatever fight is happening between Zara and Zuleika, Queen Darling is essentially picking Zara's side. That's where this is at. She might know her daughter is in the wrong, but she's still choosing to defend her daughter over Zuleika. So I thought that was pretty fascinating. But okay, we want to go ahead, do some whims, and see what everyone is up to. So Akira, she wants to go ahead and finish reading a book. So let's see, is there actually, do we have any books worth reading? I think we got this book for her a while back. I wonder, can we purchase a new book? Can we try and purchase you a new book? Because we got that for you ages ago. We'll get maybe the Cherry Lip Balm Caper. We'll get that one. Okay, so you have a new book to read, but this, I think, is Akira trying to calm down, get some ideas, maybe find some inspiration from the texts that she's reading about how the heck she's going to manage to save her daughter from this pit that Zara has dug for the both of them. As it stands, Zara has a very high chance of either getting Zuleika killed or killing Zuleika in the next generation if Zuleika somehow manages to get there. So Akira is going to have to figure out either how she can repair her relationship or repair the relationship between Zuleika and Zara, or if worse comes to worse, she's going to have to start figuring out how she might be able to remove Zara from the picture so that Zara is no longer a threat to her daughter. I mean, it's a difficult position she's in because she does have like a really good relationship with both Zara and her daughter. Obviously, she's always going to pick her daughter's side. She has a better relationship with her daughter than Zara, but she's never kind of been in a rough spot with anyone. Like in the very, very beginning, she kind of struggled to get close to the queen, but aside from that, she's never had like difficult relations with anyone. Even her rival, kind of Shannon, she has a good relationship with. So yeah, she is definitely concerned about where things might go. But I am gonna complete this. And then let's see. Queen Darling wants to prank someone. So who does she have the best relationship with? She has a -16 with Zuleika. She has a 37 with Lilith, a 10 with Zara, a 99 with Caleb, a 44 with Shannon, and a 74 with Akira. So she's going to go and play a prank on Akira. Now this is something I was thinking about in the background as I was kind of setting up, but it's very interesting to see how the relationship Darling had with Billy has split off into two different Sims in the current court. Some of the like romantic friendship and the counseling she had with Billy, I feel like has manifested itself in Akira and Darling's relationship. But the playfulness she had with Billy, I feel like the queen has only started just recently showing that with Caleb. And Caleb has managed to kind of surpass the queen's relationship or friendship with Akira, which is fascinating. But I can kind of see why that might be the case. I feel like with Akira, both Darling and Akira, they have the burden of seeing their loved ones die. And so the queen might feel as though it's kind of inappropriate to be that playful with Akira. Whereas Caleb doesn't have the same kind of traumatic experiences behind her. She wasn't privy to the death of her lover and, best friend and other ladies that she knew. So I feel like when the queen is with Caleb, she can be like more free when it comes to that. She can be joyful without feeling guilty about it. So that's kind of nice to see. Okay, Zuleika wants to cook a meal. Okay, so she's kind of picking up, I think, some tricks from Caleb. So she's gonna go ahead. Let's see what we can get you to cook. I mean, she has like 0 skills as it stands. Let's make some vegetable dumplings. Go make a whole bunch of vegetable dumplings. But I feel like for Zuleika, like I mentioned when we were taking a look at her in cast, I think food is a symbol for Zuleika. It's a symbol of family, togetherness, comfort, and not having to fight, like not being divided by their bloodlines, their status, their lineages, like all of that. There's none of that when it comes to food. It's just about, sharing a table together. Kind of like the vampires do when they go on a hunt and they're only focused on the acolytes. So I think every time Zuleika wants to make a meal, every time she wants to cook something, she's trying to find warmth in a very cold court. Okay. Zara is at the academy right now, but it would have been nice if she was back with us. Let's go do Caleb's whim, and then we can do Zara's when she gets back. Caleb wants to cook as well. Oh no. There's a fire on the lot. Thankfully, Zuleika is safe. That fire went out very quickly. But what's happening? How am I supposed to replace the faulty stove when you won't let me touch it? I used to... Oh, I was like, where is the fire on the lot? There is no fire in the kitchen. Okay, there is no fire in the kitchen. There is a fire on the lot, though. Somehow, we have burnt this. The little death circle we have going on outside has been burnt to a crisp. We'll replace that, okay? And who has a lower position in court? I suppose the youngsters kind of would at this point. Zuleika, let's throw that away. You can help out a little bit. I mean, you kind of caused this fire. Okay, Caleb, you can go cook something as well. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We have banana pancakes. We'll make a party size of that. Make some yummy food. So you can go cook as well. Again, Caleb, she's trying to bring the kids together. She's just trying to be nice to them. Have good relations with them. Being consistent. Being Caleb. And I think this is the kind of behavior that has inspired Zuleika. She doesn't have the closest relationship with Caleb. But growing up, I feel like it might have been nice for her after all the arguments that, she and Zara always has. After the difficult conversations with Queen Darling, like not knowing where the heck she stands with the Queen, having a bad sort of compatibility with her. After all of that, seeing her mother be constantly worried, she could always rely on a nice meal from Caleb to make her feel comforted. So I'm happy that Caleb, in her own way, could be a source of light to someone that she doesn't even have that close of a connection to. So let's keep cooking, Caleb. Let's keep cooking. Let's make your pancakes. And I hope actually by the time she's done with her pancakes, it's going to be about time. Look at how yummy this looks. That looks so good. That looks, oh my goodness. I want, those pancakes are thick. I want some pancakes now. But okay, Zara should be back, like, as soon as possible. She's got not too long to go. Okay, she has returned. She wants to chat with Princess Nimue. And, honey, you stink. Let's go take a shower. Come on. Go take a shower, and then we're gonna get her to chat with her sister Nimue. I'm wondering if she kind of has found out that Nydia is like Zuleika's best friend, and she's not happy about that. So she might want to go to Nimue and maybe ask around, because there's no way she's going to walk up to Zuleika and ask Zuleika about where she stands with Nydia. I feel like Zara would not go to Nydia either. She would go to Nimue and she would kind of fish for gossip. That's what she would want to do. So actually, where is Nimue? I'm gonna summon Nimue over. We're gonna summon Nimue, and then we'll have Zara kind of talk to her sister. So Nimue, where is she? Come on over. Let's see. We'll admire the Queen, because she's kind of the leader of this gathering, right? She's the one who kind of organizes all this. But Zara is going to say good things about her mother because she knows the precarious kind of situation she's in. And I feel like she is very much aware at this point that even though the Queen she doesn't have very strong feelings about whether she is on Zara's side or Zuleika's side. I feel like Queen Darling is conflicted, but she's on she's bordering, backing Zara. She's bordering being on the Crown Princess's side. So I feel like knowing that, Zara would try and maintain the Queen's not good opinion of her, but the Queen's protectiveness of her. So she would be talking to Nimue, saying good things about their mother to try and get Nimue to kind of open up, because Nimue has a good relationship with everyone. And then she would ask for gossip about Nydia and Zuleika's friendship, which I definitely think she disapproves of. If anything, she feels as though her sisters should be on her side. And I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I feel like for Zara, The reason why she gets along well with her sisters, and really no one else to that degree, is because she considers her sisters to be in the same league as her. Like, they're royals and they're related to her by blood, so she kind of feels as though they are in a whole different league to the dames. The dames are kind of not at their level. They're the kind of ladies or lineages to be looked down on almost, because they're supposed to be servants to the royals. I feel like this is the way Zara thinks. But her sisters might not entirely agree with that. But because of this view that she has, Zara expects her sisters to take her side. But in terms of this kind of, war we have going on, it has, I think, become a little bit evident that if there are sides to be picked, actually, if we think about it, actually, hold on a second. Oh my goodness. So, Vampyre and Queen Darling would be on Zara's side. Because I feel like at this point, everyone knows about the enemy ship, right? The dislike and the rivalry between Zara and Zuleika. Darling and Vampyre, they take Zara's side. But everyone else, Zoro, Nydia, Yorick, Nimue, they all have a high relationship with Zuleika. So they all are taking Zuleika's side, and they all feel as though Zara is in the wrong, and Zara is the one who's kind of picking fights, which is very intriguing. But okay, we need to go on a hunt, because Zuleika has not had her first hunt yet, and I feel like that's kind of important. Zuleika is on the hunt, and she is going to be having her first ever sip from an acolyte, which is very, very exciting. And then we need to get some of the other ladies going too on these hunts. I'm pretty sure I said, okay, you can respond to Zoro's letter, or whoever is going to respond to Zoro's letter once this is done. But some of you are asking to get a overview of the powers that all of the ladies have. I think we've established by this point that I only assign their power points once they gain like a whole new rank, and then I randomly assign the weaknesses and the powers, so it's like they get random manifestations, and it's different for every vampire, right? So I should probably go through that once maybe I'm done getting the ladies to have their drinks. Like once I've got all the hunts lined up, then I'll go through really quickly and see what kind of powers we're working with. Is anyone down in the basement? No, they're not. Okay, so let's get the queen to drink over here. Come on, queenie, we need to fly, we need to like speed through, but we have to start getting our drinks. Okay, next up we've got Akira. Akira, look, we have someone over here by the pool. Leave your conversations. I was gonna say I don't like the ladies who are outside, but thankfully it's nighttime. Okay, Shannon, look, we have a delicious acolyte waiting for you over here. So let's go inside. Let's grab her. Okay, you start drinking. Lilith, we might, and now that the castle is starting to fill up, we might end up not having enough ladies for everyone, but that's okay. That's okay. They can make use of the plasma fruits and everything else. Okay, so we got that. Caleb, have you drunk from... Okay, we have her. You can go drink from that acolyte by the staircase. And then Zara, that's the last one left. Okay, Zara, do we have anyone left over for you? Maybe upstairs? Yes, we have this lady. Excellent, so everyone should be able to get a nice drink. Okay, come on, let's go up. Let's go get a drink from the final acolyte, and then I can go through everyone's powers. I don't think anyone's gained a new rank or anything like that. Okay, let's see, just a quick scan. I don't think anyone's gained a new rank, so I'm not assigning any powers. Okay, let's see what's going on. So, Queen Darling, this will be like a recap for all of you guys. Queen Darling is currently a prime vampire She has Child of the Moon, Manipulate Life Spirit, Gallic Immunity, Vampire Creation, Bat Form, Cast Hallucination, and Occult Student as her powers or abilities, and she has Sloppy Drinker and an Uncontrollable Hissing as her weaknesses. Akira is currently a Prime Vampire. She has Vampiric Brawn, Detect Personality, Bat Form, Cast Hallucination, Eternally Welcome, Occult Disciple as her abilities, and then she has Fitful Sleep and Sloppy Drinker as her weaknesses. Lady Shannon is currently a minor vampire. She has a Vampiric Charm. I need to remember to actually, it's good we did this because I need to remember to have her Vampiric Charm on. I keep forgetting. She needs to make use of this. She's got that, Gallic Immunity, Detect Personality, Cast Hallucination. I think that's all for her abilities. And then she has Sloppy Drinker as her weakness. Let's see, Lady Lilith. I'm gonna actually make sure she's using her ability like right now, otherwise I am going to forget. So can you put your Alluring Visage on? Excellent, excellent. You know what? I love, because before Lily died, Lily had this ability as well. I kind of love how all the troublemakers are the ones who end up with the Alluring Visage. Okay, Lilith. Ooh, look at that. Lilith is like zooming through. She's a master vampire. She has supernatural speed, sun resistance, command, vampire creation, and vampiric allure as her abilities. And then she has fitful sleep and withered stomach as her weaknesses. So Lilith and Shannon need to have their wait, where is your... Is that a... Hold on a second. Let's see. Your ability to attract, seduce other sims has grown beyond mere charm to full-on allure. Can you not use it, though? Is it because someone else is in the vicinity is using it, so it clashes? I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Lady Caleb. She is also a master vampire. She has supernatural speed. Ooh, perfect sun resistance. She has vampiric allure as well. Command, vampire creation. And that's it for abilities. And then she has fitful sleep and guilty drinker as her weaknesses. Crown Princess Zara has not manifested any abilities or weaknesses just yet, and neither has Zuleika because they are still very young. They haven't even gained like a single rank. They're just fledglings, they're just fledglings. So nothing on their end. But that is pretty much what we have for these guys. Caleb, can you use your vampiric allure? She can, so I wonder why Lilith can't. I have no clue why Lilith can't. That's very strange. That's very strange. Unless it's because her vampiric run is enabled? I don't know. Because Caleb can? Caleb can? Okay, well they should definitely use this. This is good. This is good. But okay guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.